Welcome to another episode of Whitetail Rendezvous, coming to you 6 days a week as we interview whitetail experts and hear their traditions and personal stories of the hunt. Learn more about the latest gear, discover proven tips, and the latest strategies so you can make your next hunt a success. Now, here's your host, Bruce Hutchin.
Welcome to a special episode of Whitetail Rendezvous. We're with Ulrika Karlsson-Arne from Sweden, and she is the finalist in the Ultimate Extreme Huntress contest. Last year, she was the award winner of Extreme Huntress, and we're going to talk about last year, but more important, we're going to talk about how you can vote for her during October, November, December to become the Ultimate Extreme Huntress. Ulrika, welcome to the show one more time.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm so happy you connected me.
Well, I'm happy you reached out because I did send an email to the four of you, the four finalists, and Jackie's been on the show already, and now you, and I hope the other two reach out. And if they don't, that's their loss.
Yeah, that's their loss. I love this show, so I'm happy to be in it.
Well, thank you so much. So last year we had you on. You had either just won or just be announced as a finalist, as a winner of Extreme Huntress. What did that mean to you when you stood up on stage in Dallas Safari Club and you get that award? That had to be unbelievable.
Yeah, it was. It was so amazing because I had a feeling that I could be the winner, but you're not sure until you stand there and they're like telling you my name, and absolutely amazing. Fantastic. I loved it. And I mean, this whole competition has been so much more than a competition. I mean, it's about knowledge and conservation and working hard for, I'm a proud hunter and I want that to be shown and I want people to get to know more. And that's the best thing about all this.
Yeah, because you became an ambassador. One thing about the voting, as I understood it, it was extremely close.
Yeah, it was. It was so, I mean, my nerves, like, oh my God. But I have a lot of people on the social media. So I did, I posted in a lot of Facebook groups and I had hunters from all around the world helping me out. So in the end, I was the winner and I was so happy.
Well, and congratulations to you for getting that award. Now, what was the responsibility for being the Extreme Huntress last year? What was your role?
I think the role is to be like an ambassador. And I mean, you have to behave. Don't do anything wrong. You have to lead the way. There's a lot of new beginners, hunters who want to learn more. And there are also a lot of old ones that knows more than me. And I am so happy to always get new knowledge from those who can more than me. So I think being the Extreme Huntress winner has a deeper meaning. Not supposed to be the best shooter or the best hunter. You have to be best in another way. You have to be like kind, caring, humble, thankful for everything that has to do with hunting. And I think I'm a good person at that.
Well, I would agree. And one thing that I know, you can't talk anything about Zimbabwe or any of the hunts until the show airs. I understand that. So we're going to just talk about.
I could just say that Zimbabwe was fantastic.
Okay.
That ranch.
Or Tom won't get mad at us. Tom won't get mad at you. I mean,
this fountain ranch, I mean, unbelievable. I'm really looking forward when the episodes air. Yes.
From what I understand, it's going to be epic.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, well done. So let's talk about the Ultimate Extreme Huntress contest. There's 4 gals. I think they chose you, whoever could make the hunt out of the last 10 years. Tell me how all that came together, that you 4 were chosen.
Yeah, I think they choose to be like the 10. Everyone was like, do you want to be in this? Yeah, of course, everyone wants to. But some of them couldn't be on the show. And I think it came down to like, I'm not sure if we were like 6 or 7. And the judges had to pick 4 of us. And there was an online voting, and I was one of the 4 going. So we first went to Texas to the FTW ranch for shooting competition. And then we went to Zimbabwe for this hunting and knowledge and everything around life in Africa and stuff. So I think that was the start of it, that they were like putting us together. The judges said what they were thinking, and this online voting before summer.
Now, this is the last portion. Voting's open for October, November, and December, as I understand, and accounts for 3% of the total. Is that correct?
Yeah, I think it is something like that, yeah.
Okay, so it's important for people to vote.
Yeah, it is, because last year I knew that the voting could be that you needed because we were so close to the competition. I mean, I didn't do that good at the shooting range in Texas, so I know that maybe I need those votes to be in the lead. So it's extremely important to get those votes.
Want to become a smarter deer hunter? Know when to hunt, where to hunt, how to hunt? Well, Deer Hunting Institute Part 1 was created to do exactly that, because many people have told me they struggle with spending all days in the woods and never seeing a deer, only shooting does and young deer, leaving the woods empty-handed way too many times. Found Mr. Wonderful, but just couldn't get on him, having difficult finding a place to hunt, recognizing possible mistakes you're making every year, having tried and failed to find qualified mentors who deliver results. If you had these frustrations or struggles, go to deerhuntinginstitute.com, and there you'll find a 13-module course to help you solve these problems. Again, go to deerhuntinginstitute.com and find some answers.
How does somebody vote for you for the Ultimate Extreme Huntress? What's the process?
The process is that you have to visit the website, and they're going to be like picture of all four of us and our names. And then you put in what name and what picture and who's the huntress you want to vote for. When you do that, you press a button called vote, and you're going to get fill in your email. And that's the most tricky part, because you need to go in your email inbox and check that email. And it's like from Paul Daddy or something. So it could be in junk mail. You never know. But you have to confirm. That's the important thing. You have to confirm in your email. That's the only way I'm going to get a vote if you're voting for me. So that's extremely important.
So it's at extremehuntress.com. And then you go to Ultimate Extreme Huntress and choose one of the four. Put your email, vote for that person, put your email address in. Now go to your email box and confirm. Is that correct?
And confirm, because then you're going to see the what do you call it, how many percent everyone has and everything. So you're going to be able to see what kind of status. If I'm in the lead, you're probably going to see that if you vote for me. Because I really want to win this year, because last year was so funny and so amazing, and I was so proud. And this year was like more, I'm going to be cool and calm and take it easy. But now, since it's coming closer, it's like, but I really want to win this year too.
Well, I wish you the best. There's four ladies, and you're all quality women and great ambassadors. Yeah, the other women are, I probably should vote for some of them and they are like my best friends, and we had a good time. So in the end of the day, I would love all of us to be winners, of course. And we are, just by doing this. Yeah, it must have been amazing. I can't wait till the show's there. And then possibly we can join back up in November. Yeah, I would love to. And talk about the shows that you've been on. That would be way cool. I have so much to tell you. So, if we're going to connect in December or something, I'm going to tell you. Or November. I'm thinking do one. It's October, so we'll do one in November, and we'll do one in December. And then you can talk about your episodes. I'd love that. And I have some filming also. I've taken some behind-the-scenes shots and stuff also. Well, so folks, extremehuntress.com, Ultimate Extreme Huntress, vote for one of the four. Put your email address in, and you only can vote once because they check the IP address. Only one. Yeah. Because if you start to fool around and try to email other addresses and stuff like that, I'm going to be like disqualified, and I don't want to be disqualified. I want to do this honestly. Right. And I think technology today won't let that happen anyway. So,
oh, that's good.
You know,
that's good.
Yeah, because everybody's computer has its unique address.
Yeah, yeah. And
so,
since 1st of August, I've been out hunting like every day except
you
for,
have been hunting like a fiend.
Yeah, it's crazy. But I love
went
predator
seal hunting. I want to hear about, and this has to do with Ulrika's ability as a hunter and the different types of hunting she does in Sweden. But tell me about the seal hunting. I mean, that was in August, perhaps? Early September?
No, the seal was earlier. Yeah.
Was it in July?
Yeah. No, because I went to Finland and that was the mink, the small ones, mink, the black ones. And I've been reindeer hunting up in Norway and I've been doing a lot of funny stuff. I'm hunting all the time. I went to Azerbaijan in July. I was up in the Caucasus mountain. I almost died.
No.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, it's
no oxygen?
Safe. No, but it's not safe to climb around those really high, steep mountains. It's crazy. You shouldn't be up there. But I did go because I
Were
like
you hunting for ibex?
No, the Dagestan tur. The tur.
Okay.
Yeah. So you have to be high up to get them. And it's a long range shooting also. So I really had to be focused and have my equipment in order. And I took my tur in 320 yards.
Okay. So how many meters is that?
Like 320 meters. So it's going to be like yards. It's not that big difference, like 20, 30 meters. Now,
what are you shooting for that? Sig Sauer or what rifle did you take for that?
I'm using Sauer, 300 Win Mag. I like that kind of caliber when you're shooting in a long range. I use my 308 a lot because I have a collaboration with Norm Ammunition, so I get to test all the new ammunition. I'm going to South Africa next week.
Are you?
Yeah, it's a Norma event coming up. So I'm going to be one of the first test shooting new ammunition down there.
And what are you going after, plains game or dangerous game?
No, plains game, yeah. But it's going to be like shooting exercises for a couple of days also. We're going to test some Bergara rifles. We're going to test some Leica rifle scopes and new stuff. So in my work as a freelance producer and influencer, I can do a lot of funny stuff. I can travel and I can test new gear and equipment. And I really love that. And also be a spokesperson for hunting because tomorrow morning, I'm going to go to like an influencer breakfast. I'm going to have a lecture and talk about hunting and what I do. I love that.
Do you want to become a smarter whitetail hunter? Knowing when to hunt, where to hunt, how to hunt? Over the past 4 years, people have asked me, hey, I'm struggling with spending all day in the woods and never seeing a deer, only getting opportunities at doe or young bucks, leaving the woods empty-handed too many seasons. Located the deer of a lifetime, but just flat out missed. Having difficulties finding a place to hunt, recognizing mistakes that you're making over and over again, and you want to eliminate them. Having tried and failed to find qualified mentors. Well, you come to the right place. Why? Because Deer Hunting Institute Part 1 was created by me, Bruce Hutchin. It's a 13-module course that'll talk about being lost in the deer hunting forest. Never hunted. What is a hunter? What is an adult onset hunter? What rules apply? Finding a mentor, choosing a weapon, finding a place to hunt, scouting a hunt location, stand sites, stand access and exit, reading sign, and when to hunt. All these are available for you at deerhuntinginstitute.com. Go now to deerhuntinginstitute.com and sign up for the best deer hunting course in America.
You've the iconic brand.
Yeah.
And you're in the process of building it, but you're doing that. I mean, and you're doing it well because I know some of the companies that you collaborate with.
Yeah.
And so, well done.
Yeah, thank you. So I'm really looking forward to being on your show again and tell you all about Zimbabwe.
Well, and that'll have to come later.
Yeah.
That's the way it is. So we know about the other four ladies. What do you think the message of Ultimate Extreme Huntress is to a person, to a woman? They're all four around. What would you be saying is the unified message that you want to get out to the women of the world?
Well, I think, first of all, hunting is about doing what you love, because staying outdoors, being in the forest, in the fields, it's good for you. It's good for human beings to be outdoors, fresh air. And I don't have to visit a doctor or a psychiatrist. I don't have to go on a gym or yoga. I get all that when I'm outdoors. So that's the biggest message of why I do this. But of course, also hunting is, well, it's a responsibility, because without hunters, there will be no animals left. We have a great responsibility for conservation. There could be, like, for example, in a mountain, a couple of animals, that many of them in the whole world. And maybe the villages, the people are going to kill them and eat them because they need food. But instead, if you put a value to these animals, and a guy or a woman like me come there and hunt them and pay a lot of money, the people will protect those animals because they want my money. And in that way, we can make the animals survive. So hunters have a responsibility, and I don't think that non-hunters understand that. So it's our duty to educate people and stand up for this cause, because it's really, really important. I mean, there are facts and numbers and everything that you can read about it. But if I tell you this, you're going to believe me and you're going to start understanding. So we have a big, big responsibility.
Well said. Thank you so much. So we've got an Africa trip coming up. And then what's the rest of the fall look like?
Well, there's going to be like moose hunting in Sweden, of course. That's closest to my heart. I really like moose hunting. But I'm also planning for some other hunts. We're going to be like red stag, and we have some fallow deer coming up, and a lot of wild boar driven hunts, of course. I'm not going to be like that wild boar fever, but I like driven hunts also. So I think this weekend I'm going to hunt both Saturday and Sunday. And then I'm going up north Wednesday for a couple of days, and then straight to the airport and fly down to South Africa. So my schedule is like, it's crazy. I mean, I have 2 kids. I have to take care of them also.
Now, what are their ages?
13 and 19. So they're more like, Mom, are you gone? We're going to be okay.
Right.
But it's so funny because my daughter, she's 13. She went with me to South Africa in February, and she killed her first animal, a blastbuck, and I was so proud.
Wow, that's great.
So, yeah, and that's really important also to keep working with the next generation, because they're going to be there when we're not here. So that's important.
Well, I think you're doing a really good job. What's your message to ladies who aren't sure about this hunting thing and why they should get involved? Because we both know women represent the fastest growing demographic across the world of hunters. So what's your message to them?
Well, I get almost weekly people writing on my Instagram that they don't like what I'm doing. And I take my time and I always answer them, because I hunt for food. I love the game, the meat, and also for this conservation thing. You have to tell them, you have to educate them. And in the end of the day, it's always someone that tells me that it's really interesting to listen to you, Ulrika. I would love to sit down by the fire some evening and you can tell me more about hunting. And that's my goal, because I tell them, this is what we do. This is our lifestyle, and we're not doing it because we like to kill animals. We don't like to pull the trigger. It's like we have a cause, it has a meaning. And when I get them to be interested and they want to sit down with me and talk more, I'm so happy.
That's good. A glass of wine and fire going. I call it common ground. And so many people don't try to reach common ground. In Colorado right now, we have a big deal going on with people want to introduce or reintroduce wolves to Colorado. One, they're already here. Two, there's in southern Colorado, there's endangered species in the Mexican wolf, and the wolves they want to introduce is the gray wolf. It's not the timber wolf. So the wolf that was eradicated back in the 40s, they're not going to reintroduce the same wolf. So there's so much going on, and there's pros and cons. Myself, I love hearing a wolf in the wild. Why?
Yeah.
Because that means it's wild.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
you just have to manage it. You have to manage the process.
Yeah.
And that's the biggest thing. We've seen other states Idaho, Montana, Wyoming being hammered. Wolf population in Wyoming has gone down drastically because they're easy prey for wolves. Now, do they have wolves in Sweden? Species of wolf?
Yeah, we have wolves, and they are always a problem to the people who lives close to them, because right now, I think yesterday, another dog was taken during a driven hunt. The wolves took the dog, and we try to manage this population, but unfortunately, we're not allowed to hunt them every year. So it's like a license. We have to kill some of them, and the government doesn't want us to hunt that much. Although we have a lot of wolves in this area where I live. So this year I'm not going to be able to hunt moose that much because of the wolves. So yeah, it's a tricky situation. I mean, I love the wolves and we should have them in the forest, but we can't have all of them in my backyard. So if someone could just take
it's just a matter of management. It's just a matter of management. And Colorado Parks and Wildlife are on record as saying if wolves come in from Wyoming, if they pioneer, if they cross the state line, then they're here. And we have wolves here. So it's just a crazy thing why people want to reintroduce or introduce something that's already here. It's just, I don't understand it.
It's also in Sweden, we have a lot of wild boars. And if you don't manage them and hunt them during the summertime, in the evenings and in the nights, there's going to be a lot of wild boars because they can give birth to like 10 small ones, and then it's going to be like another 10 and 10.
The gestation period is really quick too, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's just a couple months.
Yeah. So they can get birth to like 3 times a year. So it's crazy. You need to manage them from the start because otherwise there are going to be too many of them. So we have a lot of car accidents, and it's really tough to be out there. I've been hunting a lot this summer. I've been out in the middle of the nights, and it's crazy getting home like 3, 4 in the morning, and you're so tired, and you have to take care of your kids, and you have to work. And well, we have to do that because we need to keep the numbers down.
Hey, thanks for listening to the show tonight. Before we go, can I take a moment and say thank you? Listen, as we started the Whitetail Rendezvous podcast journey, we had no idea what to expect. But after 4 years, we received a ton of feedback from our over 400,000 listeners and climbing to 500,000. Speaking of which, we are now closing in on over 600 featured guests. Thank you. And a quick shout out to all those who have left an iTunes review and your feedback. I get those and really appreciate it. And it's awesome to see what you have to say, and we do read every single one of them. And I just want you to know that I am incredibly grateful for your kind words regarding the show. And all of the ratings and reviews help us attract more listeners. And if you're one of those new listeners, welcome. Great to have you. By the way, if you haven't taken the time to rate and review our show and like the Hunting on Private Land strategy on how to get permission to hunt a private property, go to whitetailrendezvous.com as a special gift for just rating and reviewing our show. When you get there, look for the start button to get the details. Listen, I'll share you the top technique from some of the top hunters in the country on how do they get permission to hunt on private land. I'll share with you the exact techniques they use to get permission. As my way of saying thanks for rating and reviewing the show on iTunes. So join us next time. And remember, we're all on this journey together, learning, sharing, and becoming 365 hunters.
So, folks, we're talking about conservation and stewardship and management of these wild animals. And nobody does it better than hunters. Yes, cars and trucks and take out a number of critters, but not the same number. And the other thing is we turn into meat, we turn into protein, and it's organic food, and we're eating it. I mean, we're serving it on the table and to our friends and family.
Yeah, we really take care of everything, and we hunt conscious because we are like aware of what we're doing. I mean, we're not supposed to kill the wild boar mother if she has babies with her. We always have in our mind how to do it and in the best way, and don't make the animals suffer if we can shoot with one shot and kill it instantly, that must be our main goal. So it's up to us to be on the shooting range and train a lot. And it's a like circle of life. And we have to just help nature out.
Right. We're part of the process. I guess that's what an Ultimate Extreme Huntress, of which you're a part of, speaks to that. Because to a person, you talk to them, well, it's more than just hunting. It's conservation, it's stewardship, it's global economy. I mean, Africa and you mentioned it, when people go down and spend their money, that helps everybody. Plus, you get protein. Yeah. Your kill is shared with the families, with the trackers and all that. So nothing goes to waste.
No, and there are poachers all over. So you have to get money to get people paid to protect those animals. It's really important. So I think that is the main goal, that as a hunter, I try to explain to people I meet. If they're not into hunting, I try to explain what we're doing, and I try to explain it in a conscious way so they can understand. And I always try to make some good moose stew or barbecue. And they were like, wow, this is a good dinner. Yeah, it is. It's like game. I've hunted it by myself. And they're like, wow. And you can get them more interested, and they can be on my side. All of a sudden, they're on my side.
Well, they're neutral, or just get them to neutral.
Yeah. I think also in Sweden, we have like 87% of the people, they like hunters. So that's good. That's really good.
Yeah. So you're standing at the Owl Safari Club next January. Is it January or February?
January,
January. So you're standing there. Yeah. What are you going to say?
Oh,
if I'm saying you won. So what are you going to say?
Well, I'm not going to be prepared, because I'm not going to think I'm going to be the winner this year, because the other girls are awesome. Oh my God. But of course I want to win, because I am the best.
Well, but you're going to say something.
Yeah. And then I'm going to say, I'm so proud to be in this competition, and I'm so proud to be the winner. And I want to thank Extreme Huntress for making me more aware of what I'm doing, all this knowledge, and traveling and see new places and meet new animals and meet new people, and all that I want to bring back to all you guys in some way. Thank you so much. Maybe.
And with that, we're going to end this before Ulrika goes dark. But Ulrika, thank you so much for being a guest on Whitetail Rendezvous, and we will be back in November to talk about Zimbabwe.
Yeah, because I love to be in your shows. I really wanted to connect me again.
Thank you so much. Have a good evening.
Thank you. Yeah, bye. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thanks for joining us. Be sure to tune in tomorrow for another episode of Whitetail Rendezvous, where you can listen and learn from the experts so you can be more successful on your next hunt. Until next time, listen, learn, and succeed.